Whispering Pine was a place of dining and a restaurant here for the blacks in this area. It was one of the renowned old places. Ran to Charlie Fitzgerald and his wife. They opened up that place. I think Mrs. Fitzgerald told me 1938 when they came to Myrtle Beach. Not only did they have the dining and the restaurant, but they had a cab stand, and they had a gas station. Food, restaurant, dining, dancing, whatever. And he also brought in rock and roll bands. He was one of the first to open up the, you hear so much about the Beach Club and all that, but he had all those musicians. Many of them have gone back in the 50s. They played dominoes and Fats dominoes and drifters, coasters. I mean, I could just go on and just relate to how those black musicians coming out of Mississippi, Alabama, they would do their tours, and then this was one of the Whispering Pine was one of the places that they did business. They played. Not only some of them played for the 2 or 3 nights. It was a part of his business to have those bands come in and those guests come in and to enjoy themselves. And they'd stay. Those musicians would stay a day or two, and they would tour the South. They go from here to Charlotte, North Carolina. They go to Charleston. But Myrtle Beach was one stop. And Mr. Fitzgerald had a motel to accommodate them. See, this is what, because they couldn't stay in the white hotels. There's segregation. And so the Klan came through in late 49, perhaps 50, could have been 50, but my recollection is that it was in 49, around April, that Mr. Fitzgerald was taken out of the business after they busted up the we called the jukebox, or we called it piccolo in those days, and they smashed everything. People started running and screaming, and everyone vacated the whole premises. So they took him, and he was taken and thrown out of a car on 544. My uncle Ed Washington at the time had just delivered some passengers to Conway using 544, which we know as the old Conway Highway. And he saw, when he was coming back from Conway, Mr. Fitzgerald he saw a gentleman looking in and out behind the bushes in the woods, so he stopped his cab. And he heard a voice and said that Ed was staying in one of his rooms. He knew the car. And so Ed says, "Is this you, Charlie?" And he said, "Yes." And they saw all that blood and everything, and so Ed got Charlie, they put him in the car, and they took him back to his wife. You see the house is right in the center of the boat, the rooms around the house, and Miss Fitzgerald, they must have cleaned him up. I think someone reported that he was put in jail for security, stay overnight, and he left.